Welcome to Forex Films. Today is Wednesday, August the 3rd, 2011, and we had some surprising events today. One being that the Swiss National Bank actually cut its interest rate, which a lot of headlines said this caused the Swiss franc to drop off, but if you actually look before the news, it had already dropped off quite sharply. And in my morning commentary, I said I didn't think this would last, and of course, the Swiss franc has once again shot up today. No new record high, but it's almost completely retraced its move, and it does not look bullish, does not look like a reversal, at least not just yet. Also for the US, we had ADP employment estimate come out today, and that was much stronger than expected. Last month it was revised upward, so that's good for US jobs. Really good for risk, but we haven't really seen that much risk appetite come into the market yet, except for the British pound, which we'll look at in a second. First, I want to look at the Australian dollar, and this has dropped off much farther than I expected, actually by about 100 pips farther than I expected. And for me, this is more difficult to count, but it's just a complex correction higher. And really, the candles are starting to look this way now too, but really I think we'll have something like when the New Zealand dollar last broke its long-time record high, where we have this really deep retracement to try to get all the longs out of the market. Then we're going to have a very sharp move to the upside. So I'm really liking this pair. I got in initially about 107.40, and then I added to my position at about 107. So I think this could move a lot higher. Another pair I'm really liking is the Euro US dollar. This is a 4-hour chart, and what I'd like to look at here is especially that even though the Australian dollar might have been still moving bearish, the euro dollar has moved up a lot higher, and I think we'll see more continuation. I like to watch this EMA, and if we're trending, it actually works pretty well as support, at least on a closing basis. So watch this move higher and maybe get some buy-ins adding to positions off this EMA. And dollar yen, another one people just keep pounding on, saying it has to go higher, but we're really in the middle on the shorter term of a downward trend, so we can experience quite a bit more bearishness, at least down to 75, before any sort of rebound. And I think this is going down for the next few years, not just 100, 200 more pips, but we would see more downward motion followed by retracement, then continued downward motion. Pound US dollar, as you can see, we were very bullish today, and I'm really starting to consider once again that we will move back above 1.6750. I really am not trading this pair right now, so it doesn't matter that much to me one way or the other, except in interest of having the best performing pair. And dollar Swiss. Now here's what I was talking about. We have really surged downward lately, and once we broke 80, it was pretty obvious that we would be heading to 75. And I did try a long in there at about 77, but I was not convinced at all, so I left my stop at break even and of course came back down, got stopped out. And this does not look like a bullish movement at all, so really we could continue to see a little bit more gains, but really I expect us to hit 75 at a minimum at this point. And I was looking at my special report at the Swiss yen, which is really kind of in the same area. I thought 100 would be a little harder for the Swiss yen to break, but it shot right through there all the way up to 101.60 before retracing, and this also looks like it has higher to move before the real reversal, and the pickup and risk appetite that looks like it's right over the horizon will help this out. More Swiss. Euro Swiss. As you can see, the euro has been performing better than some other pairs, probably just because it has been as bearish as it has lately. It's time for a few other pairs to get some taken off the top, but still the Swiss franc is far outperforming this pair, and it looks like we've just had a minor correction. And let's take a look at the CAD. We actually had a new high today, and this whole movement looks corrective. It looks like we have a rising trend line that's acting as very good resistance, and it's only a matter of time before we fall off again, start dropping, and hopefully that'll take us down to 0.92 to 0.9250, which I've been targeting for quite a while. And New Zealand US dollar. This has been quite an interesting pair for a while just because of how it's been skyrocketing. And I think now we're making a good base here again, just like on the Aussie dollar. However, since this has put in such an amazing performance so far, I would expect it not to perform as well as the Australian dollar. But time will tell, and that'd be good to have long on this pair also. Thanks for watching, good luck trading, and please check out forexfilms.com.